Old man here. Yeah, that story's coming right up. All right, we are in my backyard. I got my ground helper here, Alex. Say hi, Alex.
Hi.
He's going to be assisting me again on this one. He's in the middle of untangling this rat's nest of throw wire. If you remember the first tree job that we did, we took down, that thing got caught in my helmet when I was trying to throw up the tree 9 times. And he's busy trying to get that straightened out so we can put it back in the throw bag correctly, as you see right there. Anywho, this is the monstrosity that is sitting in my backyard. And I'm guessing it's 100 feet, maybe, yeah, all of 100 feet, I'm guessing. Let's see here, let's try to measure it. 20, 40, 60, maybe 80 feet. Yeah, something like that. Anywho, as you can see, it's dead all the way to the top. And it just died earlier this year, probably about 6 months ago. In the early spring, what had happened is there was a little bit of foliage on the tops, and the bottoms were already dead, but the little bit of foliage actually died off before all of the rest of the trees even became green. So it got to the point where it's just completely gone. And we want to get this one down before it decays anymore and threatens my beautiful house here. And we're going to cut it down. Now, I thought about climbing it, taking down all these limbs. That would have been a lot of fun, but because it's dead, I'm not comfortable with getting up in it yet because I don't know how much it's decayed on the inside. You can see it's starting to crack here in spots. And now it's solid for sure, but it's definitely dead, right? So then we thought about where are we going to place this? Well, I can't really go that way because 80 feet, it's going to hit one of those trees and might get caught up in there, and plus it's too close to the retaining wall in the back of the house. They're certainly not going behind me, duh. I'm afraid about going straight back because of this tree here with the limbs sitting there. And we decided I could probably, well, actually looked at this way, but way too close to the deck here. And then what we decided to do is I am going to cut it and drop it right over there. Now, if it hits the limbs on these other trees, I'm not too worried about. The only thing I gotta measure here is how tall this tree is and make sure it doesn't come too close to the road when it comes down. And I don't think it's gonna hit over there. I think it's just gonna come straight down close to the road, still on our property. And then the plan is the wife wants to get out here with a chainsaw and cut it up. So that's the plan. Yeah, right? We have evaluated the tree here, and it's going to be somewhat of a precise laydown of the tree. We're going to actually try to go right over here and very close to this tree where Alex is. What he's going to do is he's going to take that dead limb off just in case it snaps on that. But the rest of the tree is in pretty good shape. So yeah, go ahead and take that one down. All right, the reason why we're doing it there, we want to avoid the road over here where I've got the pylon set up because the top of that tree is really close to that. I'd rather be safe and put it over here where I've got a lot more space to put it down. And then the only issue here is this very top limb right there, where the top of that's probably going to hit and it'll just snap those few little branches off, which we're not too worried about. I mentioned in an earlier video that a lot of these trees are at end of life and eventually they're going to all come down anyways. So that's the plan. All right, you got a path out? Well, remember the tree's coming where you're standing, so.
But it's going to hit this tree before it comes all the way over here.
Oh, right. Yeah, so you're gonna run this way.
Yeah, I kind of have to.
Yep. All right.
Unless I want to go that way and take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 3.
Yeah.
And me.
All right. So I have secured a line about, let's see, about 30 feet up. We tested it against the tree that's over there. You can see it's secured over there, and it is pretty tight. And that's going to prevent the tree from going backwards. I'm just going to cut my normal wedge in it, cut the back cut, and then this should fall normally with the tension on it. So that's what we're going to try now. We're going to start the saw up and go from there. So here we go. All right, here we go. We're good. So my aim was a little off, but the tree fell as expected. It just landed between the Ys here. And to be quite honest, this is probably better for cutting it down, because now all I have to do is get a ladder over here and just chop it into sections. And it took a little bit of the bark off over there, but excuse me. I was off by about 4 feet, I'm guessing.
Well, it's supposed to be where I am right now.
Let's call it 8 feet. Hey, at the end of the day, the job's done. It's on my property. We were off on how it came apart. So I had some splintering here, and as you can see, so this is what happened. The cut and the angle was perfect, straight on, as you can see here. Boom. The problem is that branch right there was stronger than I expected, and it just diverted the tree right straight down into that Y right there. We were hoping to have it just break that limb off, because that tree is kind of dying also, as you can see here, and that just didn't work out. If I would have aimed it to the right of that tree right there that you see in front of me, which is where we were going to originally do it, this would not have happened. But on this particular case, absolutely fine with it. And again, straight on. My wedge was really pretty good, and we've got good connection here. And my back cut was really good compared to the other one I did for my neighbor. So quite happy with this. Do have to figure out how to get that sawed off. We'll be fine though. We'll probably start taking the limbs off here, and once I get to this part over here, probably going to do the same thing, cut a wedge out and just keep cutting the wedge out until that falls off. So we'll be fine. And actually, if you look at it, that part of the tree is probably being held up quite well, so I could probably just cut that off and we'll just come back and do all these. So we're in pretty good shape. Not the expected result, but still successful. So cool stuff. Look at the pile that we're starting to accumulate here. These branches are gray, like an ash gray, and completely dead. Look at how these just snapped off by just touching them. I mean, check this out. I mean, this is, that's just, look at that, boom. Just twigs popping off. And it was definitely ready to come down. So we're gonna continue on here. You can see we've cleared a bunch of it off already, and we're gonna be in pretty good shape. All right, we're giving Alex a shot with this 56 volt saw. How much battery life's left on that? We are still at 4 bars. Check it out. And we've cut all these so far. She's also cut a bunch of other twigs and branches, right? Yeah. And it's still going. We're still on 4 bars. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cuts so far. Fairly decent size, perfect for limbing, and plus what she did earlier. So definitely getting our cuts out of this one. So Alex is going to continue on. There's so much torque when you turn that power on that. Careful. See if you can pull that down. Can you just pull it down? Yeah, not yet. Put a wedge in it.
No, I've redneck it.
Oh, you're gonna redneck it? Yep.
Oh, yeah, redneck engineer.
other side. Leave the one that's alive there, Alex. Yeah, because that's not part. That's yeah. Leave that up. That's actually what yeah. Grab that out of there. Nice. All right. All right. I'm gonna let him go at it. We're gonna clean up over here. All right. We're back at it here on this tree that had a unique falling into the goalposts here, and it actually works out pretty good, as I mentioned earlier, because I'm just gonna straddle this all the way up and start cutting backwards. I'm pretty confident this is going to support me just fine, and we should be good to go. Heck, I might even just get just slightly past this point and just saw straight down and let it just fall into place like you would normally when you're up in a tree. This is certainly going to support me here, and I got to figure all that out, but we're going to go through and cut all these limbs off. We'll let this fall and start cutting it up. So that's the plan today. Haven't been out here in a couple of days because we've had a fair amount of rain come through, but now we've got another beautiful Carolina blue sky, and we're just going to start chopping, getting towards the end of the day. So we're not going to get all of it done today, but who knows, we'll see. And then as I'm looking in the back here, I just noticed I got a few more dead trees. Check it out. Got that tall skinny one there all the way up that's dead, and then the one to the left of it is starting to die off at the top, so eventually those are going to come down too. They'll be able to come straight towards at me, so we'll take care of those in another video. But anywho, let's gear up here. It's unusually warm for this time of year. We had a cold spell the last couple of days, but it warmed up here. Indian fall, I guess. Anyways, we're going to start off with this beautiful Echo 56 volt saw, and then we are going to move on to what's fastly becoming my favorite go-to, is the CS 355T, and we'll just straddle this. So again, the idea here is I will come up here, try to get past the trees over there, and then cut these down. So let's get at it. Oh, missed on the end there. That's okay. So here I'm just checking for tension against the ground to make sure that this branch is not holding up any part of the tree, which it's not. It's kind of loose here. What I've noticed was when I cut down trees and you still have the limbs on them, you know, the limbs will be on the ground on the underside, and some of those are supporting the tree if it's not all the way down. So what I like to do is just shake them first, and then I can cut them off. If you have one that's giving tension on the ground to the tree holding it up while it's down, and you try to cut it, what'll happen is that support will start to give, and it will have the likelihood and potential of binding up your chain and bar, and then you have to spend time getting it out. It's a pain in the butt. One of the things I'm noticing about this saw, which is really cool, if there's too much tension on the saw as it's cutting through, meaning too much resistance, it'll automatically stop. Just move out of the way, I guess. I got the ladder out. I'm climbing up here. I'm just going to start cutting some of these down. Get these off here. The tree's definitely dead. And I'm just snapping stuff off. Can't tell if that's got tension on it. Doesn't really matter. Put that off. Okay. I did have a little bit of tension. That's right. All right. Again, this is not going to come down anytime soon here, so we're just going to start cutting some stuff off here. Interesting. That is so tightly wedged in there. I'm not going to have any problem just cutting right here and letting the thing drop. It's not going to come back at me. There's too much weight on the top here to worry about it. It's wedged in right here. Took a bunch of this bark off. It's tight. So yeah, let's figure that out, I guess. Interesting. All right. Whew. So this is probably right here, 10 inches in diameter, I'm guessing. 8 to 10 inches in diameter. The other thing too, once I start to hear it crack, I'm going to back off of it so nothing splinters back at me just in case. So it did splinter off, which is fine. I'm protected by the tree. I think that's what they call a barber chair, if I'm not mistaken. Which is exactly what happened there. So that's okay. That's actually okay. Because I got that on the ground now. Now I can just kind of come back a little bit and just cut wedges, just keep coming back and let that fall off a little more. And actually I can get to these top branches here a little easier. And then I can cut these off too. I can actually reach up to those. There's plenty of meat left on this tree to hold it in place. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get these off, all of these off, and then I may try to come back and do this, but there's plenty of meat there left to do that, so yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, cool. From here, all right. All right. pretty good. You know what, let's cut here. Let's figure out what this is gonna do. And then we'll determine if we wanna go back over there. We're going to stop there for now. I'm going to go switch the blade on, the chain on this. You saw it smoking there again, and I don't want to burn the engine out or take any more chances with it, so keep your equipment in good running order. Back at it. I got a new chain on here, and we're just starting to clear some stuff out again, continuing on with our journey to get this all the way cut back. So let's get at it again. A little bit different with the new chain on there. Saw this piece off, and then I'm going to come back down and put my saw in and saw the bottom of this off, so I have room there. So I'm going to be a little bit lurched over, and I'll probably go in like this, but what I don't want to happen is when this does go down, you know, this thing coming back at me. So I want to give myself a little right, and I got this tree to protect me. This is so tightly wedged in here. Again, as I said a million times, this is not coming back up. This is not going to fling back up. There's not enough meat there. There's only 10 feet of log left, so I'm really not too concerned about any danger here at all. So that's what we are going to do. So let's just get up here and straddle this sucker, and we'll be good to go. And I've got some camera action over there. That's what we were looking to do. All right. I don't advise doing that at home if you're a homeowner. Get this out of there. So now I've got a clean cut here. What I'm going to try to do is just cut this out and let the damn thing fall and call it a day on this one. Woo! That's how you do it. That worked out perfect. That worked out perfect. But what I'm thinking here is I'm going to get behind this tree and I'm just going to cut my wedge out and just keep cutting down and let the weight of the tree just fall straight this way. I'll be secured behind this. This will still be wedged in, and actually it won't even come this way because that's supporting it. It'll probably go that way. In fact, I know it will. I can probably stand right here and do it. The tree won't force this way. It's going to do the same exact thing as it did in this Y up here. It's going to try to come this way. There's enough life and flexibility left in this tree to move it that way. So I think that's what we might try to do, but I'm still going to be protected behind here. Should be good to go. Yeah. so we have a little bit of a snafu. So it's stuck there because it's just so much pressure on it. I'm fine with that. Woo! That worked out. I really was expecting this tree to hold it up, but it didn't. It's just too much weight on that. But I was far enough away from it where it was never going to come back to me. So I didn't feel like I was really in any type of danger from this thing coming back to me. I was too far away from it. And you can see I got 1.5 feet there. So really happy with the way that came down. As I mentioned the third time here, don't try this at home. This is my property, and I decided to take the chance to do this, and it worked out quite well. We're going to continue chopping this up, and it's starting to get a little bit dark out, so we're probably just going to get a few cuts in, and then we'll continue on later in the week. We're going to wrap this series up today because this is all just boring work, cutting all this up and putting it over in the wood pile, but we've accomplished everything we needed to get through. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace out.